The cameras are.
No reminder.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. No,
Yo,
no, no.
All right, look.
That's for-
That's a bad start.
That's for last week.
This is Vlad's first. I think first time.
No,
solo back there?
second.
Oh,
We did last Thursday.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
This is the first time going
I'm-
back to himself.
I'm mad at you.
Scene. Arsenal get revenge on Everton and put 4 past Sean Dyche's men and go 5 points clear of City. Liverpool have got the swagger back with a 2-0 win over Wolves. We had some FA Cup action and some El Clasico today that I had no idea that was going on, actually.
Neither did I.
Didn't know until I saw the group chat. That's how fucking lame it is now. But whatever. Well, I'll talk about that later. But we will go over this week's matchups and give you fantasy in less than 15. So, should it be a quick one?
Famous last words.
Famous last words. I am one of your hosts. My name is Eric.
Nico Nick.
Johnny K. Gat.
Marco.
And I'm not going to say crack producer because he's off to a rough start already, but Money V is behind the
Yo,
camera.
what's up? What's up? What's
making
up?
Things not run so smoothly. Thanks for...
He's busy watching Creed 3 back then.
Yeah, for real. For real. So
Tuesday.
I did have a question already prepared, but given our
I'm sorry. That shit my mom said.
Wait. Pregúntame,
Yeah.
It's Eugenio Derbez. I think I told you the Diablito. Me pregunta.
That shit is funny.
so
bad.
I'll ask this question after I ask what we were discussing prior to recording because I think it's a good, conversation to have for those of us who are closer to 40 than those of us who aren't at this point in life.
I was.
Vlad is probably watching Apex Scrims. Yeah, he definitely is. Dyer, why are you on Twitch not here with us right now? I wish you were here. It's all good. But look, so my question to you, to viewers, to you guys on the bench, and Vlad behind the camera. What food that you eat makes you feel like shit afterwards? Because I made the big mistake of getting McDonald's last night because I was late. I didn't cook dinner and I was starving. Only thing was right there, so I'm like, fuck it, let me do it. And boy, did I regret it. My stomach was hurting all night, and this morning was not getting any better. But
I got 2.
okay, you got 2.
I got 2. It sucks, man. I'm telling you, and I think I used it way too many times with you guys before you guys made it to the big 3-0. But once you hit the 3-0, everything changed for me.
Oh yeah.
Anything that's spicy, I get fucked up.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Spicy, and I hate to say it, bro. I love it, but ramen noodles.
What?
That's a lot of sodium, dude.
Yeah.
It is a lot of sodium.
Fuck me
It
up.
is.
Did you see that? Of course, it was on the Spanish news channel. So as soon as my mom saw it, she called me, "No comas esto." Here we go.
Oh,
What did I
God.
say? But if you eat a lot of like more than 2 ramen noodles a week, it's like really.
Oh
really
yeah,
fucking
yeah. I mean,
bad.
I don't do that anymore. I used to love the cups.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean,
dude. On
any
a
of them.
cold
Yeah,
day, warm that
ooh.
shit up, some lime, some
Ooh.
salt, not some salt. I was already full salt. Put some hot sauce in that
But,
bitch.
Lately that I've been having kimchi at home.
That's how most people.
Ah.
That's how most people survive college.
Nah,
Oh,
but just
yeah.
in general,
Word.
like, if you go
Noodles.
to like a noodle
This is
spot, like
true.
a ramen noodle spot, like that will fuck me up.
Do you go to those often?
No, but I order it sometimes.
Oh,
I've ordered it in the
I go all
past,
the
and
time.
still- it
Like an
fucks me
actual
up.
ramen place. Those are freaking
Yeah.
good. There's one by my house.
yo, go to Danza.
Great.
The ramen's good.
Oh, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Danza's on Greenbrook and Route 22. So
Yep.
Please
if
sponsor.
you're
us.
watching this, yeah. So okay, so noodles
Ramen
Ramen
yeah,
noodles
yeah, yeah. Get all the spices
and
shit.
spiciness. Okay.
For me, it's just strictly fast food.
Yeah, you know what it is. That's fast food.
I go,
Although Wendy's doesn't fuck me up that bad. I don't know why.
I think
maybe it's the quality.
I think I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah,
It
when,
still fucks me up.
Wendy's
but
doesn't
it's
do
not-
it dirty.
It still fucks me
I'm
up,
agreeing
but
with you.
it's
It fucks
not.
me up, but it doesn't.
But it's not that
as
bad.
much.
So
Like,
no, I do have to agree.
I'm on the corner of my bed in pain, but I can still like move around. Okay.
It's sushi
Yeah.
for me.
Sushi.
I don't
What?
know why. It destroys me
Dude,
every time.
sushi's
Why
amazing.
sushi?
I don't know.
God, I want some sushi.
Do you
I
like
mean,
it?
I'm never gonna give it up, but
Yeah.
Community college is the way to go. Still got mama's cooking all day, man. Community college, people underestimate that. I
For
can
real.
Oh
tell you.
yeah,
Shout
that's
out
13th.
RBCC.
That's 13th grade right there.
word.
I would say
Save me 2 years of university.
Chinese food for me. It doesn't fuck me up in terms of my stomach. I just don't feel good afterwards. Like I get like
Yeah,
You-
'cause
you
just
feel
ate
heavy.
an animal.
yeah
Be
heavy.
a
and-
cat.
I mean, with Chinese food, I feel like you tend to not like,
Have you seen
realize
the video
that
I sent you?
Yeah.
you don't have to continue eating the food.
And you just
there's
want
there's a
to.
point.
You guys seen the
Oh, fuck you,
on-
by
Why do you
that.
think-
I saw that and I'm like, I'm not gonna touch it.
Oh,
I,
God,
I'm-
yeah.
I a couple of like maybe an hour before I ate Chinese food, and I'm like, I can't. If I watch this, it's gonna ruin Chinese
Dude,
food for me.
What do
so
you
now-
think? What do you think you see if you were to go to China and you go to like an actual like street market
Oh,
in China?
dude,
like,
there's actually it's an interesting video on
Dogs,
Vice
dude,
News.
They have dogs.
It's
Yeah,
just
they're
all of
called
them.
wet markets.
Yeah,
Wet
ramen
markets.
and
They
gong
basically
all
have
day there.
like dogs, cats, pigs, etc. And just
as badly
because-
as
I,
It's so
I
bad
get
'cause-
over there is normal, but for me, I just
It's
like,
Baleadas
I
at White
can't.
Castle.
as badly as I want to go to freaking China, as I will never
It's
go
funny
there.
for coming from him, the
Yeah,
Baleadas
yeah,
part.
yeah.
Fuck.
But I will eat. But I will eat everything else though. I'll eat.
Oh,
the
I
shit
saw
out of
I saw
squid
this
and shit.
video, dude. I don't know. He like opened up like a stir
don't-
fried rice thing. He opened up like the paper container. It was a fucking rat, dude. But I'm pretty sure he placed it there. But
yeah.
either way though,
Those
it was like a
videos, yeah.
slimy rat. I think
So-
it was a real rat though.
Chinese food, I definitely second you on that one, man. If
Yeah.
I have that, it's gonna be like once a year, and that's it for me.
Yeah.
Cause I just feel like shit for a couple days, and then I'll watch a video that makes
Fucks you
me-
up,
That
yeah.
fucks me up, and then that's it.
Yeah, my other two, I just thought of this KFC or fried chicken, like particularly KFC. I just that sodium that shit goes straight to the
That's why you have
brain.
go to Popeyes, bro.
I feel horrendous, dude.
Yeah,
other one.
I agree with you on that.
Other one is Burger King. There's something
Damn,
about
son.
it where
Nah, Nick, you wilder.
I think it's fast food, bro.
Yeah.
It is just
Just
fast
general
food,
fast food,
Yeah,
bro.
it's all
Fast food.
grease, because I love Popeyes, but it makes me feel like shit afterwards.
yeah.
Because all the bun is just so greasy in your hand.
Yeah.
Dyer says Baleadas and White Castle. What would you consider? How would you translate Baleadas to somebody who doesn't know what it is?
A
It's
flour
called Google.
tortilla with frijoles, with what do they call it? They're not frijoles. They're black beans, but there's a
it's
specific name for it.
a knockoff,
Refried beans?
Refried beans.
a
thank you.
knockoff of a burrito.
The knockoff. Damn, he just called your meal a knockoff.
I would never call
It's
it.
not even a burrito, which is the worst part. That's great.
I said a
Bro.
knockoff.
That's
because it's not even folded the same way.
That's
Yeah,
why-
that's
My
bad.
man
If
said,
anything,
yo.
it would be like a large version of a fucking taco.
Yeah.
That's my
That's-
Sunday
Hey, it's still,
ritual,
it's
bro.
still good though.
Lo
Oh,
baleada.
Obey Dirty God says Chinese food for me, man. Yeah, I think we all feel you
Yeah.
on that. Definitely.
Yeah.
What do you guys get though for Chinese?
Boneless,
that's my
boneless,
problem.
boneless ribs and pork fried rice, no matter what.
All depends how I feel that
I
day.
never get anything different.
Talk about the pig god.
I never get anything different.
I get orange chicken
Yeah, me too.
or general.
General
General
So's.
General
Yeah,
style?
I think because I only get that. It's what fucks me up.
Yeah,
should
I
probably
only
try
get that
orange
as
chicken.
well. That's the only thing I get.
Orange chicken is pretty good.
Which
Yeah,
one?
it is good.
Orange chicken.
You know where it's good
I love
from? Shangdu.
Orange chicken.
Yeah, no, for me it kind of tastes the same. There's a little bit of difference, but yeah, no, Chinese
Pork
food.
fried rice and fried dumplings. A good dumpling, bro. You can't don't ever underestimate a good dumpling, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Costco. They got
Steamed.
those little pan dumplings as well.
Costco sponsor us.
And bulgogi, yo.
Please.
Oh my God, bro. So good, so good.
A nice good steamed dumpling hits the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Well, as enough food talk. This is
Damn, I'm hungry and I just
Yeah.
I just ate before I got here. I'm
McDonald's
hungry
on
again.
Yo, me too.
don't
Fuck
don't
no.
do much.
No.
We just talked about it. Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
No.
Dude, so I went last. I don't know. Well, I'm digressing, but I went last night because
We're definitely not doing it an hour this time.
Huh?
We're definitely not doing an hour this time.
For real, I'll do this real quick. I go there, get my meal. Oh fuck! First of all, I said no pickles or ketchup because I just didn't want a taste of it. And they fucking literally put nothing in it. So it was just burger and meat.
Nice.
I mean, burger and bun. So I was like, damn, that's not what I wanted. But whatever, here's what it is. I get home, they forgot Raquel's nuggets.
Oh,
Damn.
that's a kick in the nuts right
I
there.
was like,
That's an L right there.
But luckily it's right there, so I wasn't even upset about it. Just went and then no hassle.
What do you?
I realized I could do that multiple times and it wouldn't even bother me.
What?
Like,
Just
yo,
go say, oh, you got
yes.
the order wrong.
Let's say I go order food and then I just take something out of the bag. Like, oh yo, yeah, I forgot this. Just like, okay, here you go. Like,
Be,
shit.
beating the system ass motherfucker.
Yo, hack.
Before
Life hacks.
before you
Life
move on to
hacks.
the conversation, have you ever gone to like a drive-through and they give you just the soda but without the syrup? It's just like the flat, not flat.
Oh,
sorry,
I
it's just
hate
like
that when it's just like it's
yeah,
it
because
just
the
ran
bag
out.
ended
It
and they
just
didn't
ran
realize
out.
it,
Yeah.
so they give you like I usually
Yeah.
get Sprite, so you don't realize the color is the difference, right?
Yeah.
Coke and everything that
Yeah.
would tell you, but a Sprite there's no color. So they give you the soda, you walk away, and it's just sparkling water
Sparkling water.
with a little bit of flavor. It's nasty as fuck.
It sucks.
Yeah.
I've happened to me like once or twice, but I feel like I don't want to go back. I'll
The-
drink it anyway.
The McDonald's by Eric's always does that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always get flat Coke.
I don't mind flat, but when it's going when the flavor's going
Right,
away,
yeah.
that's nasty.
Yeah.
But I don't mind salsa order, so I'm like, fuck it.
But this is a soccer podcast, so let's
Yes.
talk about some soccer now, all right? Let's talk football.
Football.
Football. And my question about football is how much has El Clásico and La Liga lost its appeal. And I'm saying La Liga because Casemiro came out and said something that kind of shone some light, and it's pretty
Did-
obvious. I think we can all agree. But now with the Clásico, at least for me, it lost its appeal. Casemiro came out and said,
The
hates to say it, but
Premier
the Premier
League is a lot tougher.
a lot tougher.
I mean,
So-
I think we've all known that.
yeah, we all
for a
know that,
long
but how
time.
much they? I mean, honestly, first of all, you love Madrid,
Yeah,
and you just said a while ago you forgot the Clásico was today.
I forgot it was today.
So how much has its lost its appeal? The Clásico and La Liga, and do you think it's a problem?
I think it's definitely lost its. It didn't lose all of its appeal. Obviously, it's still there. It's always going to be El Clásico. It's always going to be one of the biggest matches across Europe, the world, whatever. But I think just these new players that are there, the fight is not as there as I guess it used to be.
Well, today I saw some pictures of Vinny headlocking somebody.
Oh, I mean, just different reasons.
I mean, there was a
guess.
lot of there was a lot of like physicality in today's match.
Like,
a
it
little
doesn't-
bit that I
It
watched.
doesn't feel as it did before. when
No.
you had the likes of Casemiro there. When you had the likes of Sergio
Well,
Ramos and
You have to remember that you also mentioned in the time where a lot of the youngsters, the people are coming from, but they're like very young or coming from the cantera or Barcelona's version of the cantera. Masia, sorry, that's what it's called, the Masia, and they've been there for years. Like a lot of these are new players or players that were just bought. So like you don't have the Ciudadanos, you don't have the fucking Puyols, or even the fact that Messi and Ronaldo are no longer there, that was carrying a lot of attention. That was the biggest rivalry at the time. We don't have that anymore. Who's the rivals? Lewandowski and Benzema?
Lewandowski didn't even play today.
Exactly.
Was he injured or something?
Yeah, I think he is injured.
Oh wait,
So-
Dirty God says I feel less familiar with La Liga with all the players from La Liga. I watched the Clásico live on TikTok, and it was still some great football in his opinion.
I mean, yeah, we're not taking away from the football. The
Yeah.
football is still there, and it's a liga, and it's one. I mean, it's I can't even say La Liga, man, because it's only been Real Madrid that has been consistent in the Champions League, which is the reason why like we recognize and we remember that these teams exist, because whoever watches the Champions League knows that, about these other teams, even if they don't watch the league itself. But yeah, I mean the football is still there. It's just that I feel like the as of right now, I'm so invested in Arsenal that I feel, and I've noticed for a while that just the Premier League is more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the top 3 clubs in Spain, pretty much all of them, they match up well against other Europe's teams, maybe even better, but they're probably just not as entertaining to watch as maybe some say like a Leeds or a Brentford in England, and also the marketing job.
I mean, this is not a hard take, but I think you guys will agree with that, because the league is set up the way that it is, that we call the big 3, right? And that's basically it's the top 3 and then everybody else. Because the competition is so quote unquote lighter, that when they do come up against the English Premier League, let's say, because that one is such a fought league and you're consistently like a tougher league, when they go 1-on-1, well, the Liga is a little more rested, let's say, than EPL. And
that's
then
always been
that's
an
why
argument.
technically
There's
it's,
always been an argument that the Premier League is just more aggressive, and then
and they
players
have
just more
more
bound.
games. They have 4 trophies technically.
Yeah.
Some teams play for 4 trophies.
I just think, in terms of that argument, I just think the La Liga teams are just better technically. I can't lie, than bottom half Premier League teams. Like, I think if you take a team like Villarreal versus a team like, I don't know, like a fucking
Well,
we had
Or-
that notorious for winning the Europa.
Villarreal, or yeah, I just
Sevilla,
think, or
yeah.
even like I know they've done horrendously poor Valencia, but I think they mopped the
Oh.
floor in terms of technicality against bottom half Premier League teams.
Valencia isn't all the way in the bottom right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But I mean, also the marketing, like, I don't think you can market a team like Real Betis pretty well compared to a team like Leeds. So I think the fact that Messi and Ronaldo left obviously has a huge factor, but I think it was just eventually going to catch up to them that the rest of the other 17 teams weren't going to be as marketable as the other 17 teams, or the other, was it 14 teams apart from the Big
Yeah,
6 in the
and-
Premier League?
And it's also another thing that the Liga itself, it's like there are no owners to the teams. They're owned by the fans. So it's not like a big investor can come in and say, hey, here's a shitload of money. Go fucking buy the best team in the world out there. I believe Premier League is the only one that can actually do that.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's Let us know what you guys think about a Clásico and La Liga in general. Does it still have that attraction, or is it just Messi and Ronaldo else keeping it alive? But yeah, I mean, football's still very much alive, and I think Barcelona are how many points ahead now? Real Madrid.
I think
Was
they're.
it 7?
I think they're. Yeah, I think like
Or
7
less?
or 6
Thought it
or
was
7 because they
5
tied.
because
They
they
tied or lost
I
the
thought they
game.
lost on Media.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they lost, and
That's
then
what-
Real
that's-
Madrid tied against. So I
Oh,
think
they
it's
Yeah,
do.
7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
okay.
tied against
Atletico.
Atletico. So it's like it's like 6 or 7 points right now.
Well, let's move on to the Premier League, which is what we love and focus on most of the time.
Yes,
So kick off.
go for
Let's
it.
do it.
All right, so we got 2 games to recap that happened midweek this week, and then we got a few predictions to go over, and then Gaston give us his fantasy lesson 15. First game, Arsenal versus Everton. Arsenal get the revenge, put 4 past Sean Dyche's men, and go 5 points clear of City. Marco, do you have like a new sense of excitement again? At least personally for me, I was in the slumps for a while. I'm still iffy, but I was very iffy for a while. But with the 5-point gap being there again, it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I feel like the breath of fresh air for me was something that I've been asking for a while, and mostly I think I mentioned it to you and Dimmy and Jeff and Q who are in the Gunners chat. I've been wanting to see this top 3, this Trossard, Martinelli, Saka partnership, because I know that Odegaard does a really good job with Saka. Martinelli needed somebody to fight with him. He didn't have Gabriel Jesus anymore, and Ketia wasn't going to give him that, so he needed somebody else. In comes Trossard. Now, it took Arteta a little bit to notice and want to try this one out, because he wanted Nketiah to get his time, and he did. Nketiah got his time. He scored his goals. He did assists, but then he realized that, you know what, it's coming along that that Martinelli is going down, is not producing as much as he was when Gabriel Jesus was there. Let's try something new. In comes again Trossard. I love the partnership. I love. It's gonna shit out of him.
Sorry, excuse me.
I love the
Bless you.
partnership. I love
Thank you.
how they played. Again, I didn't see the first half, which upsets me. But I did see the 2 goals. So I know that for the first 30 minutes, we looked like we were struggling. We couldn't figure out what a game plan. But then, out of pure just attackiveness and
Ruthlessness.
and ruthlessness and that winning mentality that Arteta has put in our heads, we're able to find the goal with Saka through a phenomenal pass from the right side, because again Shevchenko is lost in the midfield from Shevchenko. I mean, he's not lost. I think they're purposely doing that, which I think it's funny and I love it, but it's will be a day that's gonna bite us in the ass, because he's gonna find himself.
High risk football.
Huh?
High risk football.
Yeah. But I don't mind it. It's Zinchenko passed through. Saka was asking for it. Made the sign, called it, right foot to the corner. Phenomenal goal. And then again, a couple minutes later, Martinelli, and that just opened up everything else for us for the second half, which we dominated.
So I kind of want to touch on Zinchenko because you made a good point that he was literally in Odegaard's position.
Yes,
And I
literally.
think that's something to if you're looking at why Man City are struggling, and to Obe's point, he's scared that we have to play City again. 100% agree with you on that. Hoping City chokes. 100% agree with you on that as well. But I think if you're a City fan or looking at City and thinking why they're struggling, I think not only Jesus, because again he's a different player than Haaland, but Zinchenko. If you look at what City are doing, they lost Joao Cancelo. They got obviously sold Zinchenko. Who are they playing at left back now?
An 18-year-old.
Not recently, Bernardo Silva.
Playing everybody else.
Exactly.
No,
Why?
that's
Because he's naturally a midfielder, as is Zinchenko. And from at least from what I read, Arteta was the one that had the notion of putting Zinchenko at left back at City. So to me, that's not him being lost. That's definitely instruction and freedom to play the football that they want to play. Because this is not the first time he's done that. And if you notice, as soon as Tierney came in,
Tierney did the same
where did he
thing.
go? He went straight to the midfield. But you are who you are, and he naturally went back onto the left flank. But when he came on, his first idea was, let me play that midfield role how Zinchenko was doing it. It just doesn't come off right, because that's not who he is.
Because, he's more of a winger.
But that to the whole Zinchenko point, he really 100% changes the way we play. Like with him on the field, it opens up a lot more holes because when you see a left back drifting into that right mid spot, Everton were very well disciplined in holding that back line. That was their plan. Hold that back line, don't let them through. And we were not getting through for the first 30, 40 minutes. We were not getting through. They should have honestly been leading if they were more efficient.
They had more
in front of
shots
goal.
and on target.
Yeah,
than
they
we
were
did.
one on one with Ramsdale a couple of times, so they should have put some more away. Thankfully, they weren't on their day. Ramsdale had a couple of good saves. Gabriel had a good tackle. But when you see a left back Zinchenko drifting into the right mid, and you're so disciplined as a defensive team just sitting back, you see that you disconnect for a second. And if you notice, Saka was being marked the entire time. As soon as that happened, Zinchenko was there. Everybody's like looking at who the fuck is picking who up right now. Saka's by himself. It creates in a way controlled chaos because it makes the whole defensive line kind of scrambled and just trying to figure out what's going on. So I don't think it's him being lost. I 100% think that's Arteta like saying do what you do. But to the game itself, I was the first 40 minutes, man. I was nervous because I mean it's a title run at this point.
Yeah.
And we just were not getting through. Everton were just putting everything on the line. And they were just, again, so well disciplined, double teaming Saka every time he got the ball. But then once that first goal went in, that's it. Game plan is done. You either have to go for the 1 point or go for the win. And once that happened, the second half started, wave after wave after wave of attack. And the most exciting thing that I got from this game that we've had issues with so many times in the past couple seasons is what? We lose Partey, we lose our football, we lose our midfield. Jorginho was not at it. And it's funny because we all said we're scared of Jorginho getting beat on the run. One play, he lost the ball so far up the pitch, burnt past him. It was like 4-on-3 at one point, or 3-on-2 or something like that. All because Jorginho lost the ball and he couldn't catch up. He looked like a freaking old man on a walker trying to catch up. I'm gonna sip the Kool-Aid. They're saying he was sick, so I'm sticking to that. So I'm sipping the Kool-Aid. But what happens? He's not on his game. You bring in Thomas Partey. Levels. I'm not saying he's a better passer or more. You can put long balls better, but he's just more athletic. He's a better presence. He can body players off. He can catch up to players with his long strides. So my key takeaways from this game were definitely Zinchenko, Partey, and the revival of Martinelli because you have Trossard in the middle who is literally rotating in and out with him. Where did Gabriel's goal come from? The first one. Saka pressed. Where's Gabriel?
Middle.
Next to him on the right, literally in the middle of the pitch. Where's Trossard on the left wing? Where
That's what I love. I
That's-
love that.
and that's what we're missing with Jesus. Not saying that Eddie wasn't doing his job.
But Eddie's a striker.
You do what you are what you are. You know, he's a striker. Fortunately, when Eddie came on, he did get the assist. And who was
But
the
he
one-
was in the middle.
it was
And
in the
who was
middle,
on the
Mark-
opposite side as a, let's say, I wouldn't say double striker, two strikers, right? It kind of felt like that for a minute.
Yeah.
He did a phenomenal assist. But he wasn't playing on the wing. He was
Yeah.
playing as a striker.
Yeah, so it's definitely, it feels good knowing that we have different
Job
methods of
options,
attack,
yeah.
different styles of play. You know, in the game itself, we can switch it whenever, and we have depth, which is I think that's probably what you need the most in the
Oh yeah.
Premier League.
I mean, it
All
was
the competitions, you need depth.
Oh, 100%. It was even nice to see fucking Smith Rowe finally getting on the pitch.
I'm more
playing.
worried about him, to be honest with you.
I already told you what I think that's gonna end up happening.
He's gonna leave.
He's gonna end up leaving if he consistently is this injured prone player, which technically as of right now he is. He's gonna end up leaving. They're gonna end up being okay. You know what, man? We love what you could have done, but the problem is you can't continue doing it because you're gonna play 2 games. You're gonna be out for 6 or 7 of them, and then come back for another 3, and then go back out. So hopefully from here on out he's good. But he's been back 3 or 4 times. Well, I want to say like 3 times already. This is the 3rd time that he comes back, gets injured in training, has to be out for 2-3 weeks, and then comes back and retrains. He's been back. He was back toward the beginning of the year. He got injured. He was out for a couple weeks. He came back again, got injured,
I don't
Or-
think
or-
so.
Go back, you'll see. That's why he was playing. I think he was eligible to play at the beginning of the season. Sorry, at the beginning of the year, and they just didn't give him. They didn't want to play him.
The
He got injured.
optimist in me wants to say they're taking their time because they can afford it.
Well, they can afford it now, but wait
That's what
till
I'm
the
saying.
European. Once sorry. By then, Gabriel Jesus should be back, which is the international break.
But even without
But,
Jesus,
yeah.
we can afford not having Emil Smith Rowe.
Oh,
right
I
now.
mean, yeah, I
So
would
that's
prefer
why
to
I
have
would
him.
rather
but,
them take their time.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
like Party, we didn't rush him back. If we looked at last season when against Spurs pulled his hamstring mid-run, trying to
yeah.
catch up, and then he was out for how many months? That's when everything just went to shit. Obey says, I feel that people bashed Arsenal for the 2 big signings in January, but I really like them. I agree with you on that. In the beginning, I was iffy, but I'm 100% on board. 2 proven players who can plug into your system and adapt quick. Jorginho scares me once in a while, though. I mean, everything you're saying, it's nail on the head. Hit on the head, sorry, whatever the expression is. But yes, I'm very happy with the result. Very happy with the performance. I feel like we were the only ones talking here. Do you guys have anything to say on that?
for real.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch the game.
I didn't
I
watch
was-
it.
I was watching the FA game, so no, I didn't watch it.
And you guys,
I didn't watch it.
You
I
mean
am-
what's
I am
Yeah,
happy
right.
from an FPL, from a fantasy perspective, that Martinelli actually came good.
yeah, man.
That's all I know on that game.
bro? I talking too briefly about it. I completely forgot about the fantasy league.
Sure.
This week, so I only had 5 players on the field that were playing,
Nice,
but every single one of them gave me 10 points plus.
There you go.
nice, nice. But yes, very, very good performance from Arsenal. I think this is gonna bring us into a good weekend against Bournemouth. Hopefully, they're gonna have the mentality going in there like, okay, we don't want to concede 4, so let's try to just protect a point, and then that just leaves the opening for Arsenal to come through. So, mind games. Arsenal, please doing what you keep doing and keep making me happy. Nick was too busy crying about Liverpool. Still got a chance of Europe though. Damn, Nick. Is there a chance at Europe? You got your swagger back. 2-0 against Wolves. It was halftime 0-0. I'm like, oh shit. Were we onto something here? But no, we were wrong. Liverpool found life again. Have they hit the revive button, or is it just I mean, you guys are top 4 race.
I could care less about top 4. If they make Champions League now, I could care less. Like, I don't think it affects them that much. In terms of money, maybe, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's whatever. But
So
I mean,
so
I know
you don't care. If you don't care, what do you expect from the league for your team right now? Then, like,
So
nothing.
To not get
no, but
relegated.
like, all right, but like for next season, like, what are
To
your
win the
expectations for
title?
next season? Okay, but but
The
would you
agony.
want to also be in the top in the Champions League competition for more motivation, for be able to bring more quote unquote more players, but like
think
anybody would want top 4.
I think he's content with
Yeah,
Henderson
no.
and Milner. I think that's why.
Well, like, I'm
You wanna
probably
repeat the
speaking
same
for
season.
you, but do you think we're in the position we are? We're in Champions League? I don't think so.
We'll repeat that.
Do you think Arsenal are in the position that we are if we're in Champions League?
No,
No.
I think that's what. And maybe I'm speaking for you, but do you think not having so many competitions to worry about next season will give you a better chance at getting your life back in the Premier League?
yeah, maybe. At least right now, if they make top 4 or not, doesn't really matter in my opinion. I don't think it affects their signings. They're already going out all out for Jude Bellingham, so I assume whether or not if they
Going
make
around Madrid,
Champions
what are you
League or
talking
not.
about?
I hope so. I hope so.
Actually, I think he's gonna go to Arsenal.
I hope so.
Imagine that.
Seen that?
I don't really want him, but
I heard a rumor about United too, so we'll see.
I hope so. Take him, please. 150. Give me some other players. But either way, though, I mean, I think it's 4 Premier League clean sheets in a row, but I mean, it was a better performance than the other 3, so that's for sure. But I mean, it's nothing crazy. I mean, we still have to see. So
Still a long way to go. How many games are left? 14,
12,
13?
13?
Something
Yeah.
like that?
Something like
Obey says, I feel sometimes a team needs time away from the tough European games. Yeah. I mean, it's a kind of
Sometimes it's just
Mm.
too much.
just, yeah.
Because
all
what
the
what is it?
competitions,
If you successfully play in all competitions and go as far as possible, what is that total? Is like 70+ games, right? That's-
63.
And if you don't win, the mental fatigue you have from all that. Not only the physical, but the mental as well, which is, I think, a part of the game that we don't talk about enough sometimes. But, yeah, Liverpool win 2-0. Have a big matchup coming this weekend, which we will predict on now. First game we got Man City versus Newcastle. 7:30, I think that game is, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
7:30 kickoff. I will wake up for this, but I'll keep one eye open because I don't want to get my hopes too high. I know Nick feels me on that. Man City versus Newcastle. How do you guys see this going?
2-1 City.
Who's at home?
Man City.
Man City.
You go first, Kat. Sorry.
Oh man, I think it's gonna be another cracker like it was in the beginning of the season when it ended 3-3. I think City were a different team back then in the beginning of the season. They're just still not it. I think Newcastle are sort of in the slumps right now too. So I think that's it sounds like it's gonna be a pretty open game on either side just because
Pope back.
Pope is back. Yeah, his red card was only it wasn't considered violent conduct, so he only missed the one game, which ended up being the Carabao final. So he will be back, so that will help them. I think, however, 2-2.
I'll be happy with that result.
Me, right? I'm actually hoping for the similar. I feel like Newcastle is coming in with a little bit after losing this past a cup. I think this is the first final in years, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Years.
So they have a little stone in them. They have a little chip on their shoulders that they weren't able to lift their first one. So their next step is to be top 4. Losing points to anybody right now is crucial, and you can easily be caught up and lose that top 4 position. So I think Newcastle wants it. I think Newcastle might want it more in the Premier League than Man City does. Just on that, and because it is Man City, I will go with the 2-2. But if it were any other team, I would have said Newcastle wins.
So 2-2.
Yes.
Newcastle definitely are coming with a chip on their shoulder. Yeah, to your point, top 4 is what are they still in FA Cup? I don't
No.
think I saw them this
I don't
past
think
weekend,
so.
right? No, this past couple of days. So I mean, that's all they're really fighting for at this point. So it's all or nothing for them. Man City haven't been the team they've been. Newcastle 1-1, and that's the bias of me speaking. I'll be honest.
Hey, listen, it has draw written all over it.
It
really
it
does.
sort of does.
It really
Sort of
does.
does. Yeah, the way these teams have been going at it.
Plus, it's early kickoff. I mean, crazy
I'm
shit happens early kickoff.
Curious to see how Haaland does against these defenders.
I'll be watching it like this.
Yeah, half asleep. But we have a bench derby. Liverpool hosting the mighty Ten Hag men.
Mighty Ten Hag. Yeah.
The mighty team.
So is the bald guy winning or is the smiling guy winning?
I think 1-1.
Wow. Okay.
think bald guy all day. 3-1.
Damn. At Anfield. Yeah, I mean,
we're seeing something just completely different and out of left field from United this season. So it wouldn't surprise me. Like, yeah, they've just.
Hold on. I'm trying to understand this. So my man said, what was the prediction you get for Arsenal last episode?
I was for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
I said
for-
no.
yeah,
I said
yeah,
0-0 because we were going to be judged on it. So that
Mhm.
was just the hopeful one. But yeah, no, I mean,
That's what they all say.
Yeah, exactly.
United came out of a very, very tough February unscathed with only one loss.
So they came out unscathed.
Fine, fairly unscathed. One loss.
Unscathed means nothing. They came out perfect.
Big
so.
deal. Big deal. Like 15 wins or whatever. So
3 points.
whatever. We'll gloss over that. But
Third.
I think they're just itching to keep that going.
3-1. I'm not lying. Garnacho is the reason why I dyed my hair. Oh God, you like Garnacho, dude? That kid has a face I just want to punch.
Who said that?
I got Obesis. He dyed his hair. One of my favorite players to watch right now. Look, he's great. I'm not knocking on his football, but he has that face that you just want to punch it. He just looks like a little prick.
Jesus.
You know, some people have that face. You know, like he's like, you look like a dickhead. I just want to punch you. He has that face for me, and he's good though.
He's
but
gonna cook Trent.
It's his
it's
teeth,
the
he said.
teeth. Oh man! All right.
Watch Liverpool games nowadays for him.
For David Nunez? to see what he does
He's
because
a
you never
bonafide-
know with him. You
Man's
never
a
know.
bona fide Uruguayan now. I love it.
Dude, if Darwin Nunez could like put in 100% of his goals, but again, no player can do that. But
He'd be destroying the record right
he
now.
would he would be destroying Holland right now, dude. It's kind of crazy how
So,
scary this guy
The
is.
downfall
And it's
of,
also
of-
scary about like sorry to cut you off, but like what happened in the first game that Liverpool had was against Palace when he wasn't there. It was just crazy how different that game was compared to when he is there. Even just regardless of he misses most of his chances, but it's just
Without him.
it's nuts.
So what you're saying is that the downfall of Liverpool is also rests solely on this kid not scoring, because if he did, Liverpool would be in a complete like I would like to go back and see and mark as goal every single shot he's missed.
Well, they had that already.
How many points were they?
I
What
think
Liverpool
he beat
have?
that with Haaland
yeah,
on
be
goals.
somewhere either
It's not
tied or
bad.
like ahead by like 1 or 2.
No. How many in points?
Well, but if you count the goals, you probably get a couple wins out of there. They're definitely being top 4.
Right?
Definitely.
There you go. So, kid is the reason why.
No, I think I'd
I'm
also
kidding.
count Liverpool's horrendous midfield, but
But I mean,
Yeah.
even with the horrendous midfield, they still put that ball in for him to tap in, head in,
To
or
miss.
shank, whatever he sends it. Because the one, I mean, just alone the one-on-ones that he's had, and then just hits the goalie because he doesn't know how to chip it, like me in pro clubs.
yeah, no, I don't think he can change Liverpool losing like 3-0 away to Wolves.
No,
No,
Or,
not
like,
those,
The-
but the
the-
ones
the
that,
scrappy ones.
yeah, the
3-0
scrappy
away
ones.
to Brighton or
Not the blowouts, but the scrappy ones.
Scrap,
Or-
yeah.
Forced away.
Stop naming them. I'm just saying the scrappy ones.
Nigga, he scored, bro. He's
It's good,
he's
yeah.
having flashbacks right now.
Everything
Forrest,
good, bro.
Brentford. Oh my
I-
god, he's
I
having
think
flashbacks.
I think if Liverpool win their game, man, they're like 3 points behind Tottenham.
Yeah, do it. You guys are
But-
very much in the top 4 race. It's not, and yeah, we
I
fucking.
hate top fours. I hate top four.
Well, welcome to reality,
Hate top
Nick.
four.
You,
I
just
hate top
because
four.
you,
It's because like for example, Tottenham, all they do every season top 4.
Matt, yo, Nick,
You can
What's up?
you
You
called
haven't
this several times. You
I-
just to
Before.
have them get ready for the
I,
downfall.
I called
been
it. I
here,
said
I've
that.
been here and I said it, and I'm saying it again. Cycles. Teams go through cycles. You're gonna support them when they're doing good. You better support them when they're doing shit. Because look, I've been an Arsenal fan.
JG.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. But I've been an Arsenal fan for the majority of the years that we've been shit. I'll say we haven't won a Premier League since at least I've been a fan.
why?
I was 4 years old when not first. Sorry, I was how old was I? 92. I was 12 years old when Arsenal last won the Premier League.
92.
I was born 92. Did
Oh.
I won 03, 04.
Got it.
So I'm actually bad at math. I was like 11 years old. But you better be there supporting them when the shit goes bad, because shit goes bad.
Yeah, if those are the standards top 4, I'll support them. But as of now, if they make it or not, I could care less. I could care less.
I told you, Nick. I told you. You get ready for it because it's gonna come, and then when it comes, you better be. I want that same energy.
I said it. I told you when after
Nick-
United lost.
Nick's
or
already
after
ready
United
to
won.
jump. He's ready to jump ship to like Chelsea.
After United won against Liverpool at Old Trafford, I was like, this is pretty much it. But
I mean, they haven't been the same since the Bangkok Cup. So
Is it what?
since the Bangkok Cup preseason.
Oh
well,
my
what does
God.
happen though is if Liverpool do win against United and their game in hand, they're like 3 points behind United or some shit like that, which is pretty nuts considering they're in their worst season ever. But
No, yeah, you
We'll
guys
see.
are ready. So I mean, where did that leave it? We'll go over the table in a minute once we get this last prediction. So we gave the Liverpool United prediction. Now this is also a European battle right here between two teams who are actually where are Brentford right now on the table? I'm thinking about
They're 8th,
Brighton. They're 9th.
9th, close enough.
Fulham are in 7th. There's a 4-point difference between them right now, but this would definitely put Brentford in European contention, because I mean all those teams right there, they're what?
Those European
one-
spots are tight.
Dude, it's tight as
They're
fuck right now. It's tighter than. Let me not go there. Kelly's in prison for a reason, guys.
Jesus.
Brentford versus Fulham. I was born 3 months after they won their first Prem title. And you've gone through shit, right? You suffered with the team, and you still supported. Dude, we fucking watched Mustafi and Pakapalapatapatapatas defending. And Socrates, I'm just joking around, but we went through that shit, bro, and still supported the team, and still won an FA Cup. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Best team ever. Brentford versus Fulham.
Brentford 1-0.
Oh no, I already asked this last episode about Ivan Tony. Never mind.
It's gonna be good. Brentford's home, right?
Brentford is home.
This
Yes, he did. That's funny.
3-1 Brentford.
Damn, really, guys?
Listen, the biggest thing is Fulham is missing Paulinho.
That
They're
is a
they're
very
missing
good
they're
point.
missing their workhorse right there in the middle with getting all those tackles.
Who's coming in for him?
Hell if I know. The only reason I give Fulham a goal is because it seems like Mitro's back. So,
Mm.
but I mean, I've been saying it for the longest. You don't sleep on Brentford.
What did you say? Said what?
You heard me. Don't sleep.
No,
on
no, 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 no.
Oh, the score?
Score.
3-1 Brentford.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Oh, I actually don't.
sleep
I
on
didn't
Brentford.
hear what you said.
Wow.
Don't sleep on Brentford. Don't sleep on Fulham. But I think physicality wise, I think Brentford will edge them out.
2 goal scorers. Because Tony, I'm assuming, is still gonna play, right? Still not. He's not kicked out of the team yet.
I would safely assume. Yeah, I mean it's.
I'm gonna make it a little bold here, but I'm gonna go with the 4-2
4-2.
Brentford.
You guys are fucking getting crazy ass scores right now.
I know. I just want to see goals, man.
Just clip this.
I want to see. I want
Just
him,
take
Mitrovic, and Tony to just go at it, bro. Just,
I mean, hey,
That's a
it's
uh,
good striker battle right there.
right?
Yeah.
Just see what happens. Fuck it.
Proper dogs. Proper
Trying
dogs.
to see who's
Couple
gonna come
penalties in there. See
Fulham-
who misses them.
Fulham also have momentum. They advanced in the FA Cup as well. So I mean, they want to.
Look, I put Fulham to get relegated. I'm gonna give them my support this time around. I'm gonna go 2-1 Fulham.
That's why they're gonna lose. I'm kidding.
Jesus.
Damn.
2-1
He
Fulham.
said anyone you support loses. That's crazy.
No, no.
Gap, obviously not.
Chillax with that one.
13 games left.
Yeah, I'm saying that right back at you too. Actually,
I'm,
so.
I've never put.
I don't know.
know
Every,
what?
ever,
I'm that.
ever
my
since these
hand
guys
already.
lifted the Mickey Mouse Cup, they're
Campione,
Oh,
campione.
can you go back and get
ole.
the clips of them like trashing the cup?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I
Please
can
make
look
that, make
for
that
it.
this tape for us.
Listen,
I'll start looking. For it.
listen. We're the champions of Disneyland. That's fine. That's fine.
Still
We're
a champion somewhere, right?
Still champions, Vlad.
Patrick Mahomes.
That's the wrong football. That's hand egg you're talking
Crazy.
about, not
About to
football.
cut the stream.
United didn't go to Disneyland. Patrick Mahomes did.
Man, let's leave the hand egg conversation. out of this. This
Yeah,
is
you love
real
hand egg.
football. This is real football.
You love hand
This
egg.
is
You
real
watch it more than me.
Where-
Yeah, you guys lost me there. Fantasy lesson 15. You ready, Gap?
Why not?
Let's do it.
All right, so we are officially in crunch time in regards to fantasy because now that the FA Cup results are done and dusted for who's going into the quarterfinals, we do have a better picture as to what's coming up soon. But really quickly, let's just go over the.
That's a fact, Hugo.
What do you say?
Go Eagles.
Just quickly go over what is going on in the draft versus pretty much Diego and I, since everybody else either forgot their password or just forgot to play the game at all. Eric
What?
actually with a really good result thanks to Saka, Saliba, and Ramsdale beat me 67-34.
Who said whoever I support doesn't win? Who said that?
That didn't age well.
Continuing,
Seconds later.
continuing. Nick with a whopping 34-30 win.
I did well.
over
You're
Dyer.
talking about draft. That don't count.
And Diego also with a pretty big victory over Marco, 84-55.
Is it safe to say that you just won the draft already? Do we
Yeah, I
have to
think
keep
so.
going
Still
over
ways
that?
to go. There's still ways to go.
I
Stop
mean,
milking it, bro.
Honestly
You know
speaking,
you won it.
who's really participating in that?
I forget about it.
Just got.
Me
Yeah,
and Diego.
so-
Such.
I don't even think Diego does it as much
Oh
anymore.
no, he does. He does. He does.
Honestly, do
He's-
continue each
He's got
other.
to pick. He's got to learn to pick better players though, because he has yet to beat me. And there is a clip out there that he was going to beat me every game going forward. But
Oh, that is true. You did say that at the beginning of the season.
but
Damn.
I think the only one that has ever beat you until now has been me, right?
you, Eric, and
just
Nick.
beat him
beat
tonight.
me
No,
once.
that's what I said, up till now, like with you included.
And Nick beat me once too.
Oh, yeah?
'cause
Okay.
Holland captain in Holland there when he got like a hat trick or something like that.
Oh.
So for the regular fantasy side of it, so like I said, the quarterfinal results are now in for the FA Cup. We know who's playing who, thanks to the shitty Saints giving up 2 crappy pens and Spurs being Spurs. They have essentially shifted the landscape drastically as to what people are going to do going forward. The most popular strategy right now seems to be heavily favored on wild carding either this week or next week. More so this week just to get better prepared because we do have a crazy fixture run coming up. We do have the likes of Brighton, the likes of Brentford, who not only double in game week 27, which is in a couple weeks, but they also double in game week 29. So there's going to be a pretty heavy rotation and picking up those players. This week alone has been a pretty big week. Pretty much anyone who decided to captain Saka pretty much got north of like 75, 80 points, which was huge this week. The real winners are the ones who still held on to Martinelli thanks to his nice little haul in the game this week. So going forward, that wild card is going to be popular. It does look like game week 28, which was supposed to be a pretty big blank game week with a lot of teams not playing because of the FA Cup. It's actually now going to be a lot more manageable thanks to Spurs and Saints going out. So just real quickly here, I do have a wildcard draft in case anyone is set on wildcarding this week. The most popular ones that are going around do see the likes of Kepa in goal, Lewis Dunk, Gabriel, and Rico Henry as part of a back three. Most of you probably still have Rashford and Matoma, so those two will stay in the mid. Odegaard and Saka as well will join them in that four-man mid. Up top, a good captaincy option as well for this upcoming week would be Ivan Toney. Haaland is Haaland. Not many people are going to want to take him out. There's just too much value tied up in Haaland right now to even do so. And thanks to Spurs being Spurs, Kane is now a really viable option since he does also play in game week 28, and he does have a pretty decent fixture this upcoming week away to Wolves. So that is a pretty good starting 11 for your wild card, and then that leaves a good bench of Raya, which is currently right now he is the top scoring goalkeeper in fantasy right now, so he is definitely a great shout. You're going to keep the likes of Trippier. You're going to have probably two Newcastle defenders, whether that is either Pope or one of the actual defense. So you can pretty much mix and match wherever you want here. So you can either go for the likes of Dan Burn, Sven Botman, Fabian Schär, Pope, as I mentioned already. Pretty much anyone is up to you. And then the Brighton triple up is going to be tried and true. There's been a lot of back and forth between who else you're going to get, whether that's McAllister, whether that's March, Estupinian. You can pretty much pick whichever one you want. In this particular draft that's going around, it's does see McAllister making that third Brighton spot. You do want to be careful with McAllister, though, because even though he has been playing in a more advanced 10 role because of Lallana's injury, who knows how long that's going to last, if De Zerbi's going to want to move him back, so more defensively if things aren't going their way. And you also want to keep in mind that McAllister hasn't done shit since game week 9. However, he is supposedly on penalties, which have also been few and far between, so you can't always go by that. So just one thing that you do want to consider with that. And honestly, that's pretty much it.
Awesome.
I have a question though.
We'll go for it.
For Marco. Marco, you say you don't play, right?
Which one?
Fantasy
The draft?
or the normal one?
Oh, like this past week I didn't play it. No, the
Oh.
normal one I did. But did you see my this past week?
Dude,
Oh,
I just seen you at least in Jersey Club. You are you're 6th, dude.
yeah.
I was gonna say if you weren't playing, I was like that's pretty impressive, but yeah, no. I'm where am I? I'm 12, and I haven't actually. I do play actually. Every time we do fantasy, I check my team. So
No, Jersey. But yeah, but like, look,
yeah,
this past week I didn't pay attention to this past week. Here you go. Look.
yeah. No, you did well. You said
How did
you're
I
only
do?
5 player.
How did I do?
Oh,
Let me scroll down.
God, Jesus.
I'm last place, no?
20.
No, Eddie's in last
You
place.
did pretty well.
How I do?
It's 78 points.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Well,
pretty big week.
Campione.
Yeah, you have Madison.
Yes,
and
he
his-
has Holland perma-captain.
Yeah, Permacat.
Come on,
Hey, you have Martinelli, which has 26 points.
Come on, baby. I know what I'm doing, bro. I can
Like
read
I
the
said,
future.
the big winners this week were the ones who held on to Martinelli, so good shit.
I knew what I was doing 20 weeks ago. Obey asked, "What's up with Ivan Toney's betting scandal?" He is, I think, he's declined a few, but there's a lot more that are still pushing on him. He will probably be suspended once this is all said and
Yeah,
done.
I mean, it is like we mentioned last recording. It is probably going to happen. Something will happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Since most likely whatever happens is going to see him not in the England squad for international break, which is coming in a couple weeks. So that leads us to believe that he will be taken care of soon, one way or another.
And
And also one more thing. Sorry to cut you off, but on Tony, he is also 2 yellow cards away from the 2-match ban on yellow cards. So, and he is a very fiery figure. So it's not unlikely that he that he makes it through this period without at least one. So just be careful with Tony.
I know I've said in this podcast previously that people are who they are. They tend to do what they do. So he's probably going to get a card to get sent off. But are we going to see Mudryk do what he's been doing all season with Chelsea and become the new 007 agent?
So he
That'd
has
be
one
nice.
game left
That'd be nice.
against Leeds at home.
And
This
this
is it,
wouldn't, I
Mudryk.
wouldn't be myself if I wouldn't throw in a little Chelsea banter in there,
007 all day.
It is.
Who does
his,
Chelsea play again?
Leeds.
Oh, that's right, Leeds at home.
We'll
yeah,
see.
No.
Gakpo was one game away from 007. He scored on his. He scored. So we'll see. Mudryk, one
Yeah.
game.
He'll be on the bench. He'll come on for 10 minutes again. So
Did you
Time
guys
is
see
ticking.
the
Who's
Zerbi
gonna come off the bench?
Chelsea
Who's gonna come off the bench?
Mudryk.
the last 5 minutes?
Was he benched last game?
Dude, he's been
he's
coming
been
on the last
benched.
10 minutes of the past couple games.
Damn.
I don't know what kind of player is going to perform after that. But did you guys see the links of Chelsea giving part of these next couple games and then they're trying to tap the shoulder of the Zerbi?
That'd be funny.
Wow.
Damn, Brighton are actually getting cooked, dude.
Yeah, hey, big head.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I would
After
just
they
hope
stole
that-
their whole,
I would just hope that De Zerbi is actually smart and says no.
they stole their whole analytical team, background staff from Brighton.
And look where Brighton are. And look where Chelsea are.
Well, I mean,
Takes time.
I'd still argue Chelsea would be better off.
Yeah,
Long
next-
term,
Brighton.
in longer
Long
term,
term.
maybe.
But this season, not so much, and I'm here for it. I think that wraps up today's episode. Any final thoughts? Any final questions you want to get out there
Not at this moment.
at this moment?
I don't
Okay.
think so. I don't think so.
Plead the fifth. Quiet. Okay.
Mark Lopez,
Thank you
neither.
for watching. Thank you
Breathe.
for listening. We are the Benchwarmers, the bench with the voice. With the bench, it's always warm. Peace, everybody.